after the Miami last game. Miami Dolphins have ended the season. As y'all can see, the Dolphins right behind me. See that song? The Dolphins have ended the season 8-9, and Tyreek was not happy. Let's see what Tyreek had to say.
To 1,000 yards this season.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's life, man. I feel like at the end of the day, um, I need to reassess, about, my career and, just see what I need to do, to continue to get better, as a player, so I can continue to reach that 1,000-yard mark. So it is what it is.
What do you think is the biggest reason the team finished 8-9?
I would say for me, man, as a captain, it was a tough season, man. It sucks, man, missing QB1, man. It really hurts a lot, man. Not having him, but Snoop did a great job of filling in whenever he learned the offense, getting us going. But whenever you're missing, your franchise player, man, it kind of sucks. So.
As a captain, what is the message you have to these guys in the offseason? You won't feel this at the end of the season next week?
I don't even know, bro. This is my first time. I haven't been in the playoffs, man. So, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here, if that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. So it was great playing here, but at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for for my career and what's best, because I'm too much of a competitor to be just
Does that mean
just out there.
Mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, yeah.
Yeah, so it hasn't been a good week for Miami Heat. For Miami sports, both football and basketball. Two of our main players, good players, Tyreek Hill in football and Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat basketball, have decided they want out. They want out of here. So, wow, very interesting.
Smoke 136-100 in Miami. The next 6 games for the Heat, they're on the road as they start a West Coast swing Monday in Sacramento. Butler is slotted to return from suspension in time for Miami's January 17th home game against the Nuggets. That's assuming Jimmy Butler is still a member of those Miami Heat. Now joined by reporter Brian Windhorst and NBA analyst Quentin Richardson. B-Dub, I want to start with you. The Heat listening to moves here, listening to a deal. What's all going behind that to possibly make that a reality?
Yeah, so over the last 36 hours, the derby for Jimmy Butler has really opened since the Heat made that statement on Friday night. They've definitely gotten a lot of calls. The issue here is that most of the offers are not that attractive to the Heat, and that doesn't surprise them, Gary, because a month ago they heard some calls on Jimmy Butler, and then they came out with that statement they weren't going to trade him because they really didn't like any of the offers. And right now I think you're seeing a lot of teams sort of testing just how low they might be able to buy Jimmy Butler for. The one exception to that would be the Phoenix Suns. Sort of the irony of this situation is the best fit and most aggressive team for Jimmy Butler is maybe the one out of the 29 teams that has the hardest time getting him. That's the Phoenix Suns. The only functional way they have to get him is Bradley Beal, who has a no-trade clause, and the Heat 2 years ago when he wanted to go there, rejected. So that would take a third or potentially fourth team, and those deals are very hard to put together. It's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of complicated maneuvering. I think Butler will eventually get moved, but the Heat don't like their hand right now at all.
Okay.
So Jimmy Butler comes out and says he wants out of Miami Heat. If we can see exactly what he said, this would be... he comes on the interview. Thank you for the follow, Cam Up. Thank you. Jimmy Butler comes on the interview and says, I will play anywhere as that's not the Miami Heat. And everybody's mouth dropped wide open. Even though Jimmy Butler has done this to multiple teams. But in 1 week, Tyreek Hill says, I want out of the Miami Dolphins. And on the Miami Heat side, Jimmy Butler says,
it can be my role here.
I could play anywhere.
When you say what your job is now, we're sort of not used to see you standing in the corner for extended periods like that. Is that a change in the team approach that has cast you that way? And for you to be your best version of yourself, can that be your role and you thrive to the best of your ability?
It can be my role here. But I mean, that's not what I'm used to being. I haven't been that since, I don't know, my first, second, third year in the league, where I just went out there and played defense. But I competed, I guarded, I try not to let my man score. But that's what I'm doing now.
Jimmy, when do you feel like your role in the offense changed, and what has been the toughest adjustment to that change?
It's not a tough adjustment to me. I'm going out there to compete to win either way. Whether I score 9 points or 29 points, I will compete. That's one thing that I will say. So you won't say that I'm out there not playing hard. It may look like that because my usage is down and I don't shoot the ball a lot, but we won't sit here and say that I don't play hard.
What will fix it? What do you want to see happen to fix it?
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court. But I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop. And I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Thank you, Jimmy.
I feel like I did my job.
Wow. Yeah, you can send a link of your track. I'll listen to your song. But yeah, is that crazy or not? That is very crazy. Jimmy Butler wants out of Miami Heat. Tyreek Hill wants out of the Miami Dolphins.
Door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like
Not a good week for Miami sports. Not at all. Clams 1K, thank you for the follow. I see you. Woo, very interesting. It's going to be a long off season. Because I ain't going to lie. Without Jimmy Butler, boy, my God, Miami Heat is doomed. We're doomed. I ain't going to lie. Boy, I can't even see us winning 10 more games without Jimmy Butler. I ain't going to lie. It's not going to be good. And Miami, Miami's 8-9. Like I feel like we're wasting Tyreek Hill time at this point. We need a new quarterback. Tua is not it. Tua's just not it. I think we tried the Tua thing, and even though he got injured, it's just not it. So